What would you say to that? Like, because they're going, I mean, they are getting right up against the edge of this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that some of the, in rereading some of the commentary by scientists about the film right around when it came out in '96, some of the thunderstorm and tornado scientists said, "Oh well, you'd never have anybody trying to get still that close to a tornado deliberately. You'd never be hurtling down." Well, in the year since, let me tell you that I do not do this, but I have definitely seen footage, and I know people who do almost exactly some of what is portrayed in the more dramatic scenes and more ridiculous seeming scenes in this movie. So, something that might once have been Hollywood movie magic or some narrative liberty is now fairly literal. And that has, it historically, amazingly, nobody had died in chasing a tornado until about 10 years ago in a scene that looks, in retrospect, a little bit too much like one of the scenes in this movie. So it's kind of interesting how a lot of the specific scenes in this movie sort of predicted events that actually ended up occurring that have been captured on video that people have described, people have witnessed in the year since. So in a certain sense, a little bit eerily prophetic.
And to me, one of the more like human scenes that really hits home is the scene of drive-in, just because it's so populated. It's one of the most populated scenes in the film. For the most part, we're seeing them sort of chase through cornfields, or we see the aftermath of when it's gone through the town where Aunt May lives. But I think that the drive-in scene just really like it hits home how many lives this could impact. And I know you were on set for the filming of that scene. So can you talk a little bit about that? Because there's so many practical effects, it seems, that and like actual action sequences that go into the filming of that sequence specifically.
Yeah, it was amazing. The practical effects were done by John Fraser, and I got to work with him again on The Perfect Storm, where he recreated the Andrea Gale ship. But the house that you see them drive through, the house on Meg's house where things are collapsing, those are like hydraulic floors that were designed, to get triggered. And at one point, it actually injured the DP, Jack Green, because they didn't know he was in the way. But that drive-in theater scene, and I didn't know this for 2 days that I was there, was completely built from scratch. Everything, the movie theater, the gas station, the coffee shop, all of that stuff was made. They had functioning hydraulics in the mechanic shop, and I heard when they came to tear it down, the town protested that it's heritage. There was, it was so authentic. Every detail was in there, but the practical effects really helped. The car literally went into the roof there, on wires, and it just helped augment things. And when they drove through the house, they were able to, that house was, the interior was built as kind of like a spiral, because it's supposed to be rolling as they drive, and they were able to drive through that thing and reset it in about half an hour and do it again. Amazing.
How many takes did that? Did you just two? I feel like that's all you could do.
That's all the furniture they brought. Yeah.